So we got the new Paladin cards, starting with Crafter's Aura. 7 mana Holy Spell. At the end of your turn, summon a random 6 cost minion, last 3 turns. Obviously, this is completely unplayable and wild. I don't really need to explain why. It's way too slow, it doesn't have an immediate impact. Summoning a random 6 minion cost is bad, random minions are bad, it's just not a playable card. Trinket Artist, 3 mana, 2/3, Battlecry, draw a Divine Shield minion and an aura. You can draw Deputization Aura, you can draw Crusader's Aura, and you can draw Argent Horseman, I think it's called, the 3 mana, 2/1 Divine Shield charge. This card instantly goes into Handbuff Paladin. There's just no question about it. This is a great card. This card will see play. Will Handbuff Paladin be a good deck? That's a different question, but this definitely goes in the deck. And then Fancy Packaging, 1 mana, give a minion with Divine Shield +2/+3. I don't think this card really makes the cut anywhere. There's just not really any decks you want to play this. It's worse than Promotion in Odd Paladin, and that's the only deck that you would even consider this in, so yeah. Cardboard Golem, 4 mana, 4/4, Battlecry, increase the duration of auras in your hand, deck, and battlefield by 1. It's 4 mana, 4/4, do nothing. This card just doesn't do anything. Unplayable. Wind Up Enforcer, 6 mana, 3/5, tradable, Battlecry, summon 1 copy of this minion, trade to upgrade. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw this card, I thought it was a 6/6 and I thought it was bad, and now that I'm redoing it, it's a 3/5. It's such a bad card. This card's like unplayable. You would never, if you are thinking of playing this card, simply just realize that it's +1/+2 for 2 mana over Azerite Chain Gang, and you have to trade it once versus Azerite Chain Gang's Quick Draw. The thing is, Azerite Chain Gang already sees no play in Handbuff Paladin. So let that tell you why this card sees absolutely no play in Handbuff Paladin. Painter's Virtue, 4 mana, 2/3 weapon, lifesteal. After your hero attacks, give minions in your hand +1/+1. So this one is a maybe. This is like an on the edge card, I think, of being playable in Handbuff Paladin. If it was a 3/3, probably playable. If it was 3 mana, probably playable. Or definitely playable. The issue is I just think this card is a tiny bit too weak based on like if we got this card like 2 years ago, it would probably be playable in the deck. But the fact that it came out now, I think it is just slightly too weak to see play in Handbuff Paladin. This is one I could definitely be wrong on, like, and I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think it makes the cut. Flash Sale, 4 mana, summon a 1/2 mech with Divine Shield and Taunt, so Annoyotron. Give your minions +1/+2. So it's effectively get a 2/4 Annoyotron and then, minions +1/+2. I think this is actually a really good card. The issue is I'm not sure what you play this in. There aren't, like, maybe in like a Showdown Paladin list, this is fine, but it's kind of just worse than Crusader's Aura. You can probably play this in Even Paladin, but Even Paladin's again kind of like a meh deck. This isn't a bad card. It just doesn't feel like it has a home. Is kind of the thing. In the future, if we get like better synergistic ways to use this card, it's a great board buff. It probably will see play then, but as it currently stands, I would be more surprised if this saw play than if it didn't. I just think it's kind of okay at best. And lastly, we have Pipsy Painthoof. 7 mana, 4/4. Death Rattle, summon a random Divine Shield, Rush, and Taunt minion from your deck. Big Paladin doesn't exist in Wild. It's a little unfortunate. This card actually probably isn't even playable in Standard because there's no good targets. All the good targets have rotated. So I don't think this card even sees play in Standard, which is kind of unfortunate because it's very fun effect. And then here's the signature. Yeah, I don't know. This card obviously just sees no play in Wild. It's way too slow. It's not a battle cry, so it's a death rattle, so that means that you're activating on your turn 8 probably. And like you have stronger things you can do in Paladin. You could just win the game for 7 mana. You can actually just deal 25 damage for 7 mana, so I don't see this card doing anything.